All you need to do is to trust that you are unclutched. Even if you don't trust that, it is still the truth. Wonderful. So now all of you please sit straight with your head, neck, back straight line. So straight with your head, neck, back straight line. Visualize Swamiji's form in your third eye and start chanting the Mahavakya. Any thoughts that are coming, just let it come, let it go. You be in the space of unclutching and start intensely chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Chant the Mahavakya and experience the space of oneness. With the space of oneness, manifest the power of third eye. I'm projecting the picture. Scan through your third eye and manifest the power of third eye.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om
Now, all of you, please go ahead and post whatever your 30 reveal in the chat. Remove your IBAN and post whatever your 30 reveal in the chat. I'm projecting the picture, what I projected. Snowy mountain. It's a red, white. The colors, okay, colors matching. So now we are going to, today is the last day of this season. And we're going to learn about the very interesting, most sacred secret, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all masters' teachings. That is what? Surrender. Knowledge. It is just what you know, right? Knowledge is what? You know stuff, so you're knowledgeable. Knowledge does not prove existence. You may have a lot of knowledge, but does not mean that you have experience. Wisdom and truth, in fact, are about what we do not know. That's all. And what we know cannot lead us to the ultimate truth. There is a certain ultimate truth that we all need to realize. How much ever you talk about, any amount of knowledge cannot lead you to the ultimate truth. Knowledge of the mind. You may be so much logical, you may be the great orator, you may be, so much pride in them, but that does not give you the experience of the truth. The mind is not the scale of measure of existence or consciousness. Mind cannot measure. What we are has nothing to do with our thoughts. What we are is beyond our thoughts. If our thoughts alone would define what we are, we would be nothing more than a biomechanical machine. Humans think. That's the problem. Our great sages, the ancient rishis, declare, drop your mind and you will be complete. You will realize your true potential as a human. Adi Shankaracharya, one of the greatest masters and Hindu philosophers, proclaims this so beautifully in the verses of his Satakam, Atma Shatakam. To define what he truly is, Shankara negates his body, mind, senses, emotions, and all his relationships. By negating all this, he declared his inner divinity boldly and beautifully. We are spiritual beings in human form and not human beings striving to be spiritual. We are actually spiritual beings having human experience, not human beings trying to experience the spiritual beings or divine experience. Our potential is infinite. Our intelligence is unlimited, but our intellect is limited. Shastras are knowledge of the intellect. It is acquired by reading and understanding. Stotra is knowledge acquired through learning, through the heart, that is, through devotion. Sutra is learning through the being, that is, through meditative techniques that cut to the core of what is essential. Even knowledge about God creates bondage when it is merely intellectual, because we will only know about God. That's all. We will not know God. Knowing about God is not the same as knowing God. When we completely surrender everything, we will not even have the idea that we know God. When that idea does not exist in us, we know God. Otherwise, we may know about God, but we do not know exactly what the divine is. Words do not express God. No expressions can lead to the experience of God. God is when expression ceases. Masters say that finger pointing to the moon is not the moon. That is only a pointer, a reminder. Words about God in any form, however sincere they may be, are mere pointers and reminders. The problem with religions is that they teach us about God. They do not teach us how to know God. Religions tell us a few things about God and instill fear and greed in us.
The quality of your team members can either make your business or break your business. You have a
No spiritual master preached violence. If he did, he wouldn't be no master. Great spiritual masters and incarnations happen with the mission to raise us to a super conscious state. They aim to cause our inner awakening the individual consciousness, so that we realize that we are one with the collective consciousness of this universe. Incarnations come with a mission to make us understand that we must move from the space of I to you and us. Unlike spirituality that spreads love among people, religion fosters violence. Enlightenment is a gift. It makes no difference what effort we put in. We may have stood on one leg for hundreds of years. We may have fasted for thousands of years. We may have practiced meditation or yoga or some other technique. These are equivalent to buying the $1 lottery ticket. Anything we put in is comparable to that $1 lottery ticket. What we receive in return is a pure gift. Whatever we do is within the dream. How can that get us something beyond the dream? Sri Krishna says, drop everything and surrender. Sarvadharman parityaga mamekam sharanam praja. First, let us understand the word surrender. The word itself frightens people. We must understand that we are not going to lose anything when we surrender. We are only going to gain everything. However, for lack of a better word, we must use this word surrender and understand. Realize that we have nothing of any value to surrender. We only think we have something to surrender. The truth is that we have nothing to surrender. We simply need to open our eyes and see that everything that is divine. It is existence. Whatever we think is ours does not exist. The I and mind that we hold onto are mere lies. The moment we understand this, we surrender. The moment we surrender, we understand. When we call something mine, legally it may belong to us, but existentially it does not. Legally, we can fence off a piece of land and call it ours. Legally, we can own things, but nature or existence does not know that it is ours. When a cyclone hits, it does not care whose property it is. It does not know the law. It does not know that legally a cyclone is not allowed on someone's property. For existence, there is no law. Your idea of mind is protected by the laws of society. You can't truly use the term law of the land. The land has no laws, only society has laws. The law of the land is beyond your comprehension. As long as you are caught with the concept of I and mine, you will not understand the truth about existence. You are caught in thinking that something is you and something is yours. When Krishna tells us to drop everything and surrender, he asks us to open our eyes and see the foolishness of the drama we play with our professions and expectations. It is one thing if you play the game to cheat others, but do not cheat yourself. Please understand there is no I and there is no mine. The person who is intelligent and willing to open his eyes and see reality will sooner or later wake up to the truth that there is no I or mine. Can whatever you think of I, either your body or mind, function without air? Can you say that the air belongs to you? This basic energy, prana, which goes in and comes out, does not belong to you. If prana stops happening, what you think of you disappears. It is like saying the foundation does not belong to me, but the first floor of this house is mine. You can do that legally, but it's impossible existentially. In the same way, the building may belong to you, but the earth that it sits on does not belong to you. The earth can give you one small shake, and whatever you thought was yours just disappears. The very foundation of whatever you think is you does not belong to you. It belongs to the whole. It belongs to the existence. It belongs to the universe. It belongs to nature with whom you are continuously fighting. The base or root of what you think of you does not belong to you. We take for granted the air that continuously goes in and comes out. We believe that the air belongs to us. There is no break in this natural supply. Maybe if God calls a strike, like the workers' union strike, we would understand that we cannot take even for the air granted. Suppose he called a strike for a minute, then we would understand that it did not belong to us. But he is Karunamurti, God of mercy. Out of his compassion, he never goes on strike. That is why we take life for granted. Just because certain things belong to us legally, we think that the concept of mind is solid. The truth is that both I and mine have no base. Anybody who is intelligent enough to open his eyes and see realizes that I and mine are a drama. The moment the air goes in and does not come out, it is over. I disappears. Immediately, your name will be taken from the name board outside your house and put on your tombstone. You will be called a dead body. You will be taken to the place where you can rest forever. Your house and car will be useless. So, whatever we think is I and mine is baseless. Sometimes, even the piece of land that we think belongs to us, we may find doesn't. When we see the papers of that land, our life itself is built on paper. The moment we have the intelligence to see this, the moment we wake up to this reality, we achieve the state of surrender. The moment we understand that in existence, nothing called I or mine exists, we immediately experience tremendous relief from the need to continuously protect ourselves. On the other hand, when we realize that I and mine do not exist, we realize how we have cheated ourselves and how foolish we have been in spending our whole life and energy in building sand castles. The whole thing is pure fun. We must understand that whatever way we live and whatever we may build does not belong to us. If we do not internalize the outer incidents and if we treat them with the indifference they deserve, we experience what I call surrender. There is only one thing to remember: do not internalize sensory inputs and do not take things too seriously. When you take life too seriously, you can be sure of one thing, and that is sickness. All seriousness is a form of sickness. The moment you believe that there is an I in your being, you start moving away from life. The idea that you have of yourself has no base. Whatever you may think of as you, sometimes you think you are the body, sometimes you think you are the mind, and other times you think you are the senses. No matter what you identify yourself with, it is baseless. There is another critical aspect to understand in this regard. Whatever aspect you think of as you will not grow. If you think you are the body, you stop the growth. When you think you are the mind, you stop the growth of the mind. You stop the inputs to the mind. That is the reason egoistic people cannot listen to new ideas or read about them. They cannot learn because learning is against their vested interest. They think that they already know and have nothing more to learn. When you think that your mind is you, the very attitude of learning, the beginner's mind is lost. Wherever you cling, you destroy that. If you think you are the body, you do not let the body rejuvenate itself. You do not let your body do its regular work. If you think you are the mind, you do not let it learn anything new. You do not allow anything new to enter. That is a sure way of destroying it. The same applies to what you consider as mind. This is based on the laws of society. In no way it is related to the laws of existence. Waking up to the truth, to surrender. Suddenly, the whole thing disappears. Before the game started, while the game is going on, when the game ends, whether you understand it or not, realize it or not, experience it or not, you belong to the ocean. You are God. You are one with the existence. You are playing a game. You register your marriage to another bubble. You register some grains of sand as your property. The register is another bubble. A large bubble is the ruler of the land or that bit of the ocean. And there is an understanding among the bubbles. You will not hit me and I will not hit you. You will not make me bubble and I will not take yours. The whole game goes on in this way. Suddenly, within one moment, the whole thing is part of the ocean again. When I say surrender, I mean wake up to the truth that you are in the ocean. When you are born, when you think you are an individual, or when you become enlightened, you are always in the ocean. Just wake up. Waking up to this ultimate truth is surrender. Surrender to these small ideas about yourself and wake up to the reality. As a result, surrender automatically happens in your inner space, your inner consciousness. Otherwise, you just play with the word surrender. We use inflated words when we define ourselves. We do not realize that we are beyond these descriptions. One day, a follower used exaggerated words about himself in front of me. After he left, I told my disciple that he seemed to be suffering from an inferiority complex. My disciple was perplexed. He asked how it could be called an inferiority complex when he boasted so much. I told him, understand, each of us is God. Hence, anything we say about ourselves that is lesser than that is an inferiority complex. Any estimation you have of yourself, except that you are God, is an underestimation. You suffer from an inferiority complex if you think of yourself as anything other than God. Drop your ideas about yourself. Wake up to the truth that you are the ocean. Some fish swim along with the current and others swim against the current. Whether they go with or against the current, all the fish are in the water. Whether you flow with existence or fight it, you are one with it. Whether or not you have realized you are divine, you are divine. There is no choice in this. There is only one choice: realize and enjoy and continue to struggle and suffer. That's all. You may try to create stronger fences around yourself or collect more bubbles around you. But can you ask wave not to come? Whatever you may do, the whole thing is only a drama of a few seconds. The next problem is what to do if you cannot surrender. Some people tell me, Swamiji, I am unable to surrender. What I can do? Do not worry, because you have nothing to surrender. By understanding that you have nothing to surrender, you have already surrendered. Just relax. Whether you surrender or not, this is the truth. Whether you surrender or not, existence takes care. Automatically, the life continues and you will relax. That relaxation itself is surrender. Relax into the flow of life and wake up to the truth that you are something greater than your body and mind, as suggested by your senses. You are led by society to think that you are something. Now wake up to the truth that you are greater than what you can imagine. You are beyond any imagination you can have of yourself. Surrendering will give you a new consciousness. You will not be the same person. One single moment of surrender will transform your whole life. You will be a new being. Waking up to the truth is surrender. Receive this truth of surrender and work on it. Suddenly, you will wake up and give birth to yourself as an enlightened being. The moment you understand you belong to the ocean, that you are from it, that you are in it, and that you will disappear into it, you will realize that you will never die because you are the ocean. As long as you identify with the bubble, you feel insecure. The instinct to survive and the instinct to possess torture you. The moment you realize that you are the ocean, the instinct to survive disappears because there is no death for you. There's nothing to fear, nothing to feel insecure about. Death creates fear as long as you think you are the bubble. The moment you realize that you are the ocean, there is nothing to possess because everything belongs to you. There's nothing to lose and nothing to acquire. Hence, the instinct to possess disappears. I am not asking you to legally throw away your possessions. You do not need to throw away whatever you have done for I and mine. You do not need to throw away whatever you have. Just do not internalize them. Within yourself, be aware and be complete that you are something greater than anything you can possibly possess. At the age of 7, your toys are your important to you. Do they hold the same importance today? You have neither, you neither renounced them nor are you attached to them. They are just there. Do you feel that you must return home because the toys are there? No. Do you feel that the toys may make your life a torture and that you must renounce them? No. You feel neither attached nor detached. You have grown beyond them. Raga means attachment. Araga means detachment. Viraga or Vairagya means beyond attachment and detachment. As you grow up, Vairagya naturally happens towards your toys. So also, when you realize that you are the ocean, Vairagya will happen towards the few sand particles and bubbles that you have collected and gathered around yourself. You will have gone beyond these things. The instinct to survive and possess would no longer be relevant to you. Your property does not suddenly disappear. They are there, but you live them and enjoy them more intensely. You do not take them for granted. You do not feel bored with them. You do not think same house, same wife, same life. Take them for granted only when you think that they are your properties. When you realize that they may be taken from you at any moment, you do not take them for granted. When you realize that you are the ocean and that they are also of the same ocean, you value them more. When you realize this, you are transformed at the level of body, mind, and consciousness. When consciousness is transformed, you give birth to a new you. Krishna goes much deeper than these three levels of surrender. Surrender the intellect, surrender of the senses, emotions. He gives Arjuna a glimpse of the greatest surrender. He gives Arjuna a great glimpse of the ultimate experience itself. Krishna already gave Arjuna the experience of Vishwarupa darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. Even so, Arjuna was unable to establish himself in that experience due to fear. Always you miss the first experience because of fear. Now, Arjuna is more mature and capable of being established in the experience. Krishna gives Arjuna the experience that will stay with him forever. In the next few verses, Krishna puts Arjuna into the experience of enlightenment. He wakes him up to the ultimate truth. Krishna waking Arjuna up from the long slumber called Samsara Sagara. This can also be called unconsciousness or tamas. Krishna gives him good shake by giving him the ultimate experience and puts him in that state forever. I was telling you about the 3 levels of surrender. Krishna puts Arjuna into that final level or highest level. Questions? Yes. Now it's time we conclude the sessions here with the Purna Mantra, and we will be starting our next season 26th of this month in 4 days with a new syllabus, new topics. It will be very, very interesting. Join back for the new season. Enrich the world with about the Paramashivoham. Share the links and enrich the world with this new links about this program for their transformation. Any questions, please do let me know. Let's pay our deepest gratitude to Swami. With the space of deep gratitude, let's conclude with the Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tasat Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, everyone. Thank you so much. See you all on 26th. Again, in 4 days, we'll be starting the new season. All three, Paramashivoham level 1, level 2, level 3, all start on the same day, 26th, the next season.